Hello students. In this module we are going to do the question answers of your chapter 13, that is the United Nations Organization. I hope you must be having the same edition of the book that I have, so you can go by the pages or by the answers that I give in between. Mostly I'll be giving you the answers directly, but maybe in some questions I might have to refer to some pages. So you can go through them. If you are not able to understand this, you can write the answers with the play pause method. You can play and then pause the video, and there you can note down all the answers that I'm reading out for you. So accordingly, we will be doing it as we have been doing for the other previous chapters. So without wasting any time, let's quickly start with the question answers. So here there are 20 questions. We will be starting from the first question, that is, why did world leaders decide to set up a world organization to maintain peace? Your answer you will write in two different points, and that is in three different points, and the answer is the League of Nations failed in maintaining peace and in preventing the Second World War. Second point you will write, the division of the world into power blocks was fear of another world war. And third point you will write, the race for armament and the stockpiling of deadly weapons by the two power blocks was also a threat. Question number 2. When was the name the United Nations used for the first time? Your answer for question 2 is Washington Conference, which was held in January 1942 in a joint declaration, was known as the Declaration of the United Nations. So there was the first time the name United Nations was used. Question number 3. Where was the UN established? Your answer you will write, the UN was established in New York in USA. Question number 4. State the most important reason for the formation of the United Nations. Your answer will be, it was to prevent future wars by establishing an organization which can take collective measures for the prevention and removal of threats to peace and suppress the acts of aggression. Question number 5. Which day is celebrated as the United Nations Day every year? You will write straight away the date you can write, or you can write even a sentence. You will write 24th October is celebrated as the United Nations Day every year throughout all over the world. That is how you write the statement. You can write accordingly. Question number 6. Where are the headquarters of UN? You will write the headquarters of UN are in New York. The headquarters is in New York. Question number 7. Who can become the member of the UN? You will write any peace-loving nation can be, who believes in the principles of the United Nations, can become its member. Question number 8. Who appoints the Secretary General of the UN? The answer is the General Assembly of the United Nations on the recommendation of the Security Council for a term of 5 years can appoint the Secretary General of the UN. Sorry, I took some time for that. I missed the questions. Question number 9 we are doing. Name the 6 principal organs of the United Nations. We've already done that. You just have to write the names. You will write the 6 organs of the United Nations organization are as follows, and then 1, 2, 3 or ABC you can write the names. The General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council. In front of that, in brackets, you can write the abbreviation ECOSOC, ECOSOC, and the Trusteeship Council, the International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. So these are the 6 organs. Question number 10. What are the functions of the General Assembly? Now this answer number 10 we will mark from the book, or we will write from the book. If you don't have the book, not to panic, I'll be reading out the answers for you. As per my edition, it is on page 140 under the powers and functions heading after General Assembly. So when we have General Assembly, there is composition and then powers and functions. So under power and functions, we will be doing the following points. It is given question number 10, mention the functions. So we don't have any limit of 1 or 2 or 4. So we will try doing 4 or 5 of them. So here it is. The powers and functions of the General Assembly are, first point you will write from the last 2 lines of the first point, maintenance of international peace and security. Then come to the third point, there you will write to discuss and make recommendations on any question. Come to the last 2 lines of the same paragraph, affecting the powers and functions of any organ of the United Nations. Then third point you will write, which will be the 5th point in the book, to make recommendations for the peaceful settlement of disputes. Fourth point you will write, which is the 7th point in your book, to consider and approve the budget of the United Nations. And 5th point you will write, which is basically the 8th point in your book, and that is to elect the non-permanent members of the Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, and to elect judges of the International Court of Justice. So we are not doing any more. We have left 2-3 points. So we will be having only 5 points as the answer to the functions of General Assembly. I hope you've got it clear. I have spoken it at a low speed, so I hope you will be able to, at a lesser speed, you will be able to even play and pause it and understand it. Question number 11 we move on to. What can the General Assembly do if the Security Council fails to act in a case where there appears to be a threat to peace? So here you will write the answer. Under the Uniting for Peace resolution, the General Assembly can make recommendations to members for collective measures, including the use of armed forces. Question number 12. How is the Security Council constituted? You will write to this. Again, from the book it is, Security Council is constituted. You will write from the book. As per my book, it is again on page 140, the Security Council. From there you can take the, how is it constituted, how is it what is the composition. So you can write from there, composition paragraph. I am reading it out for you from the beginning of the paragraph. The council consists of 15 members. It has 5 permanent members: China, France, Russia, Britain, and the United States of America. Leave one line, come to the next line. 10 non-permanent members are Afro-Asian countries 5, Latin American countries 2, Western European and other countries 2, Eastern European countries 1. Come to the last 3 lines of the paragraph. The presidency of the council rotates monthly according to the English alphabetical listing of its members states. Member states means member nations. So that is all your answer number 12. Now moving on to question number 13. Name the permanent members of the Security Council. I guess we have already answered it in question number 12, so you need not to. But even if you want to write it separately, it is Britain, France, China, USA and USSR, or you can write Russia. Question number 14. State any 2 functions of the Security Council. Once again, we'll turn the pages of the book and we'll come to page number 141. Under that, you will write functions and powers of the Security Council. Here you will write the first point under the functions and powers. It says to maintain international peace and security. Obviously, that is one of the important functions. And then the second point you will write here from the book, combining the second and the third point there. And that is to investigate any dispute or situation which might lead to international friction and to recommend methods of adjusting such disputes or the terms of settlement. So your first point, it will be the first point obviously, and the second and third point combined will be your second point in the answer. Then we move on to question number 15. Name the judicial organ of the United Nations organization, and the answer you will write, it is the International Court of Justice is the judicial organ of the UN. Question 16. Where is the permanent headquarters of the International Court of Justice located? You will write the headquarters of the International Court of Justice is located in Hague at Hague in Netherlands. Next we move on to question number 17. What is the composition of the International Court of Justice? Now here we have a catch. Question number 18 is, how are the judges of the International Court of Justice elected? So while we'll be answering 17, obviously we'll be answering the question 18 also. It is very much similar, the composition and obviously the judges appointment. Judges are the composition. So that is why you can combine question number 17 and 18 as one. And the answer you will write from the book itself from page 141. Again, page 141, under the composition of the International Court of Justice, you will write the court from the first paragraph under the heading from the first line. The court is composed of 15 judges elected to 9 years term of office by the United Nations General Assembly and the Security Council. It may not include more than one judge from any nationality. Elections are held every 3 years for 1/3 of the seats, and retiring judges may be re-elected. So that is all your answer for composition also, and for the appointment of judges as well. So we've done question 17 and 18 together. Now we jump to question number 19 and 20. Again, these two questions are also very similar to each other, so we will be writing just one same answer for both of them. It is question number 19. What is the importance of the International Court of Justice? And 20th is, what are the functions of the International Court of Justice regarding compulsory jurisdiction? So here your answer for both the questions combined will be, it will be in points. You will write first point. It settles legal disputes submitted to it by the concerned state in accordance with the international law. It is a compulsory jurisdiction also. Second point, it decides compensation to be made for the breach of an international obligation. Third point you will write, it gives advisory opinion on legal questions referred to it by duly authorized international organs and agencies. Fourth point after this you will write, it codifies international law by examining international conventions, customs, judicial decisions, and general principles of law. So these are all your 4 different points in regards to answer number 19. Basically your first 2 points are your answer 20, and the second, third and fourth point are more of your answer 19. But still we will do all these 4 points in your answer 19 because answer 19 covers all 4 of them. Answer 20 covers only the first and the second point. So with this we come to the end of these question answers. I hope you have understood what to mark, where to mark, or you can straight away copy from whatever I have read for you and you can finish up your work. And with this we finish the main syllabus of the boards. Now we are only left with the agencies and NAM. NAM we'll be doing in very brief, and agencies we are just going to do the names and a little bit of one paragraph about each agency of UN. That is not, they are considered to be the minor chapters this year as per the pandemic. So we will be not doing them in detail, but in a very, at a glance you can say, we will be just taking up all the various topics on under these particular chapters headings. So with this we come to the end of the chapter. Complete your work, keep your work up to date, and be prepared for the examinations accordingly.